What is up, guys? It is RSC6414 here, back with another video. I realize this is my third video today. I've just been doing lots of reviews, catching up on wrestling because I've been sort of busy. Um, so if I'm filling up your YouTube feed with all these videos, I apologize. I don't mean if I'm annoying you, I don't mean to, but I am doing the reviews because it's something I enjoy doing. I thought the SmackDown show was one of the best shows of the week so far. By the way, this is the show I'm reviewing, is SmackDown. It just ended about 5 minutes ago. It was pretty good, I thought. All the matches were pretty decent. There wasn't really too bad of one besides one match, which was sort of a jobber match. But you know, what are you gonna do? There's always one of those in each WWE show, so I mean, you can't really avoid it. Other than that, everything was pretty cool. By far, not by far, but this is the best show of the week, up and down. The Raw was whatever, wasn't very good. Impact was decent, it was a little better than Raw, and I think SmackDown is better than Impact and Raw, and NXT, and WWE Superstars. But you know, it's my opinion, so you guys have your own opinions, but I'm entitled to my own opinion, so I think SmackDown was the best. Start off the night with Chris Jericho coming out doing his show, the Jericho reel, or the highlight reel, I think that's what it's called. Brings Ryback down. He says, like, I understand why you're acting like this. I've done it too. You want to get to the top and you'll do anything to get to it, and I've been in your position. I understand. Ryback's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then they get into this sort of like dialogue back and forth, sort of an argument, and kind of not really an argument, but I mean, sort of exchange words. Jericho's like, I bet you won't have the courage to hit me or something. And then Teddy Long comes out and is like, wait a minute, players. And then, like he always does, and says they have a match tonight, no surprise. And then when Jericho has his back turned, when he's looking at Teddy, Ryback clotheslines him or hits him, and he just gets knocked down, and Ryback walks out of the ring. Then that takes us to our next match, which is Kofi Kingston versus Cody Rhodes. This is a match that maybe was better than the jobber match I'm going to get to later on, but it's probably the second worst of the night. I do like Kofi a lot, as you can see my photo right there. Uh, Sorry, right there. But I do really like Kofi Kingston. He's one of my favorites. I know a lot of people don't. But I do like him. It was a pretty good match between him and Cody Rhodes. It was sort of 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, maybe opened up the show. It wasn't a great match to open up the show, but I guess it was decent for a short match. It really wasn't much action. They were sort of exchanging blows, kicks, etc., holds, submission holds. And Cody Rhodes goes for the disaster kick off the rope, and Kofi Kingston goes for Trouble in Paradise, nails it for the 1, 2, 3. Kofi wins. That's the end of the match. Kofi went for a couple Trouble in Paradise throughout the match for the 3 or 4 minutes. Missed, I think, once. I think he missed both times, actually. And then I think he got a roll up, and there was a near fall, but thought this match was okay. Brings us to the Triple H Brock Lesnar video package. Basically just showing Brock Lesnar destroying the office. I've seen it all week. It was pretty cool when I first saw it. Now it's just sort of whatever to me. But then they showed Triple H in the ring, kind of confronting Paul Heyman, etc. Yada yada yada. That takes us. Hold on, I forget what match was after that. Oh yeah, Big E Langston versus Jack Swagger. This was sort of plays out when Big E got thrown into the ring post on Monday Night Raw and Swagger got irritated. Big E threw Del Rio into Swagger while he was at the commentator's booth, so they go in. Before the match even starts, Big E gets in the ring. Swagger runs right at him, clotheslines him over the top rope. Ziggler gets in. Del Rio's on commentator. There's a ladder in the ring. I think they made it like some kind of ladder thing. Ziggler hits Swagger, I think, with the ladder. Del Rio comes in, takes out Swagger, hits Ziggler with the ladder, gets revenge on Swagger and drills him with the ladder since Swagger hurt Ricardo on Monday when he drilled him in the stomach with the ladder against the barricade and it hurt him, and then sort of ends it. Del Rio gets in the ladder. Really wasn't much of a match. But he climbs up with that World Heavyweight title like it's going to be at Extreme Rules. Hopefully, if Ziggler can recover from his concussion, holds the World Heavyweight Championship up while on the top ladder. Obviously, that's how Ziggler got his concussion. He got absolutely hammered in the head with the ladder. It was pretty gruesome looking. He rolled out of the ring, and that was sort of that. He was just sort of like laying down, face down on the ringside. This was pretty cool, I guess, seeing somebody get whacked with ladders. I like that. But yeah, I don't really know what they're gonna do if Ziggler, maybe if he can't compete for Extreme Rules, they'll have an interim champion, and then Ziggler will come back and they'll have like a championship match. Ziggler versus the interim champion. Whoever wins that becomes the full-time champ. Maybe, I don't know. It depends how serious his concussion is. Reports say Jim Ross thinks it's pretty serious, so I hope Ziggler can recover. I really like him. If you've seen previous videos, I really like his in-ring work. Think he's really good, a really hard worker. Him and Cesaro and Punk are probably the three best in my opinion as far as ring work. Really like their techniques and tactics. But enough of me going on and on. Next match, think it was a segment. Let me see. It was Dean Ambrose and Daniel Bryan. This match was pretty good, one of the better ones of the night, I'd say. One of the best matches of the night. The finish sort of stinks, but whatever. Shield comes out, Dean Ambrose, they sort of exchange punches. Bryan hits him with like 3 kicks, does a suicide dive on Reigns and Rollins, takes them both out. They just exchange. Bryan does a lot of kicks, runs from turnbuckle to turnbuckle, just kneeing Ambrose, and I think what happens is Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose goes for a move. I forget what he did, try to do. He gets a near fall, and then he tries to go for another move. And I think Bryan counters, puts him in the no lock. Rollins tries to get in the ring because he's in ringside. The ref stops him. Reigns comes in the other side, breaks up the hold, and then he runs out, and him and Rollins take on Kane on ringside. Then Ambrose is about to do his move. I think it might have been the Bulldog Drive or whatever it's called. Then Kofi Kingston runs in, cleans the ring of Ambrose, and sort of gets on the rope like, yeah, I just took you out. Takes out Ambrose. Ambrose gets out of the ring. This is definitely looking like a 3-on-3 tag match, Extreme Rules, Shield versus Kingston and Team Hell No. It's pretty obvious if that was the case, who would win. It'd be the Shield, because let's face it, they wouldn't have him. That wouldn't be their first loss. This is basically a case, in my opinion, of them running out of people to put in a match and throwing Kofi Kingston in there. Even though I like Kofi Kingston, let's face it, he's a middle, maybe upper mid card, but he's not. They're one of their top guys that they generally put in. I do like Kofi, as I've said many times, and this match should be okay, I guess. I do like the Shield. I do like Kofi too. The next thing, I think, trying to think, I think it's another recap maybe, and then that takes us to Big Show taking on, or is Randy Orton backstage like, I'm going to take Big Show out, blah blah blah, for what he did to me at I'm going to take him out of Extreme Rules for what he did to me at on Raw when he knocked him out after he beat Sandow on Raw. If you missed it, Big Show hit him with the KO punch on the entrance ramp when he was walking out. And there's an official match, Extreme Rules, Big Show, Randy Orton. This match is whatever to me. But Big Show goes up against Tenzai. This is the jobber match. Tenzai gets a couple hits out of nowhere. Big Show hits him with the KO punch. 1, 2, 3, and then Clay tries to help out Tenzai. I don't know why you do that when Big Show's in the ring. Clay exchanges some punches. Big Show delivers the spear. Big Show's up like, I'm going to hit you with the KO punch. Randy Orton comes running down the ramp and hits the RKO from behind on the Big Show. That move was pretty sick, I thought. Again, the Extreme Rules match is pretty sort of whatever to me. I kind of like Big Show. I don't like Orton at all. Whatever. Then it takes us backstage to a funny segment. Natalya and Caitlyn, if you've been watching their Secret Admirer, Caitlyn has one, and Khali's been investigating. So she's like reading something or text. AJ comes backstage, like insults her, like if you had who would be interested in you, you'd be stronger than your boyfriend, and boys don't like that. Caitlyn responds, at least I don't have a 10-year-old boy's body. AJ's insulted. Natalya comes in, is like, what's going on? She tells her, says, have fun, you two guys, or something. AJ says, and she walks off, and Caitlyn's like, well, maybe it's Ziggler or something, when AJ was standing there. And that's when AJ insulted her about her arms being strong and stuff. I do like Caitlyn, and AJ, I do like her too. Then Khali comes from behind, is like, Booyaka, Booka, Booka. And when he's supposed to say Booyaka, Booyaka, Rey Mysterio, he has a Rey Mysterio mask on. He's like, Bootaka, Bootaka, and it just sounds retarded. And then later on, she's like, investigate, you don't have to actually be in disguise. Then he puts on a Cody Rhodes mustache, and Caitlyn walks off. That brings us to the main event. I think there was a John Cena package somewhere during SmackDown, I can't remember, where Ryback and the Shield towards the end of Raw, when Ryback escaped and hit Cena with the chair, and the Shield came out after the Ryback Kane match. That was whatever, because I've seen it before a couple times too. So that takes us to our main event, Ryback Jericho. Towards the end of the match, Jericho tries to hit the code breaker. Ryback catches him, slams him right to the mat or the canvas, and then slams him again and again. I think there was a near fall. Then Jericho tries to do the walls of Jericho. Ryback's legs are too big and thick, strong or whatever. Jericho can't do it. Ryback delivers the meat hook, I think. Tries to do the shell shock. Jericho counters it, like flips over. Does the walls of Jericho on Ryback. Commentators Cole and JBL and Matthews like, oh my God, I can't believe it. JBL, oh my God, I can't believe it. He got him in the walls of Jericho. It's a miracle, or something like that. It was stupid. And Ryback grabs the ropes. And I think he rolls out of the ring. Then Jericho, oh no, he grabs the ropes. Jericho hits a code breaker. He rolls out of the ring or something. And he delivers another, what was it? He delivers another Walls of Jericho and taps out towards the end of the match. That was, or no, it wasn't that. There was no finish. Sorry, guys. I drew a blank for a second. They're outside the ring going at it. Ryback picks Jericho up, slams him into the ring post. Jericho's area, private parts, his crotch area got drilled against the ring post. No, can't hit their area, and the ref goes, ring the bell, it's a disqualification. There were a couple matches that were really good, and they were ruined sort of by the disqualifications. There was some good action tonight, but after that, Ryback delivers like a meat hook clothesline on Jericho. On the announce table, Jericho does like a flip or something, like rolls off the announce table behind the boot, and is just laying there motionless. And that's the end of the show. Overall, I gotta say this show is pretty good. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10 overall. I really liked the show. I'd give it an 8 if there was some good action tonight, better than any show I've seen this week, probably. It's just my opinion. For those of you who don't know, I like Superstars first, which is a surprise to a lot of people. SmackDown second. Impact Wrestling and NXT are probably tied for third, and then Raw comes in last. I know it's a shock to a lot of people, but I do like mid-card superstars and lower card, and a lot of times those superstars are featured less on Raw than they would be on SmackDown. I do like SmackDown more. But I do think that the show is good. 7.5 out of 10. I'd give it an 8 if it was no disqualifications. I'd like to give a shout out quick to my friend Gary, who's produces some good vlogs. His YouTube channel is Gary's Daily Vlogs. I'll post a link below. It's a great YouTube show. Check it out. I really like it. It's probably one of my favorites on YouTube. I check it out every day. Watch every episode he does. Yeah, I really like his Nana. She's pretty funny. Sherry's really funny. I like Ain't That Right, Sherry. Just shout out to Gary. They're from Tennessee, so they're sort of southern. Nothing wrong with that. I like that. But I really do like their vlogs. He has wrestling stuff. He takes us sort of in the life of Gary, what he does on a normal day. They go to Walmart, figures. He'll do some figure matches every now and then. And his Nana makes a funny reference to Jack Swagger smoking weed. It's pretty funny, and she does some Fandango things. Gary's really cool. I really like his vlogs. Like I said, go check him out. I'll post a link. And yeah, thanks guys. Watch the rest of my videos, subscribe, and yeah, thanks.